Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Be wise, be ready. Well, this was printed on the side of the box. Okay, so what we have here is a 5-day survival backpack produced by, yes, the Wise Company, maker of freeze-dried foods. They've kind of thrown their hat in the ring with making a pre-packaged survival backpack. Now, we are, as all of you guys know, because if you watch TV, you know there was a really big hurricane that just came up the eastern seaboard, and this was at a very high visible area of a big box retailer. And I kind of looked at it just, very quickly, gave it a chuckle, and then, went back to it and said, well, your average person would pass by this and, maybe they would say, hey, I need something like that because I don't have any kind of supplies. They may purchase this. And that kind of got me thinking. I said, well, people are going to buy this, so is it really worth their money? Now, granted, it's about 60 bucks, give or take. When I got home, I looked up on Amazon, and you could actually find it a little bit cheaper. And you could actually find I believe it was a digital camo for the bag itself. Now, this is just, regular black. And so I figured, we'll check it out, see if your real novice individual is going to be serviced, by this, if it does it justice for the money. Now, when you look at the box, it does have, and it's not that heavy. So, just keep that in mind. It's not that heavy. It has a picture here of all the contents that are included in the backpack, and it also has a little cutout here where you can actually, touch it, I guess, to see, hey, yeah, this is a real backpack. And when you look at it, if you're passing by, you say, wow, man, it's got a lot of stuff, for not that much money, and it's got a backpack. So let's just check it out and see if it's actually worth the money. All right, don't need this. Okay, so I'm going to try to be as fair in my criticisms as I can be, because this is not marketed toward a seasoned survivalist, experienced backpacker, camper, hiker, outdoor enthusiast. Like I said, you're going to look at this and kind of give it a laugh and just move on. But for the person that is just getting into, maybe they're a younger person who maybe is out on their own for the first time and they're down here, or they live down here, and we do have hurricane threats during this time of the year, and they say, hey, I do want to pick up something. Well, these are the people that are going to buy this. So with that being said, like I said, I'm not really going to try to rip this thing apart. It's got a decent bag. It feels like it's, a thick material. I would kind of equate the bag to like a backpack that you would probably buy your kids for school, that you would find it, at Walmart or somewhere. Now, of course, this does have a lot more pockets. You can tell we got a little mesh pocket here on the side. We do have a lot of pockets. We have a place, conceivably, you could put a sleeping bag, possibly. Yeah, because these are adjustable. These straps on the front are adjustable. Now, this front pocket right here, this front pocket doesn't have anything in it. Nice size, does zip almost all the way down to the bottom. We do have some nice cordage here, some elastic cordage that you could obviously put more things in right here on the front. And, oh, okay, cool. And we do have a place you could run a piece of webbing through for Velcro. I wouldn't really use it for that, but whatever. We do have a front pocket here that goes down to here. It's not very deep. You couldn't really put a whole lot of stuff in it. Nice that they do put the pull tabs on the zippers, which I think all bags should have that. This pocket goes down to about right here, so this pocket behind it is the same depth as this front pocket. And let's see, that was that one. Okay, then this is the main compartment, the zipper. Up top here we have another little mesh bag in between this pull strap. Now this pull strap does have padding. It has mesh, like some mesh on this side and then the hard on this side. It is double stitched, so that's something at least. And it does have a grab handle right here too on the besides this handle, so you could very securely hang this bag if you needed to. It has a chest strap. Okay, very nice. Has some padding, not very thick, and the back seems like it has a little bit of a pad, and that's about it for the bag. Seems sturdy. I wouldn't want my wife to depend on it, but it has a lot of double stitching, which is nice to see. Now this is the main compartment, and it is a nice clamshell bag, which is nice. All right, and we have a little bag of purified drinking water. You get a couple, like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of these. These are only 4.227 fluid ounces, 125 milliliters. And being that this is all freeze-dried food, if my math is correct, this may not even be enough water to reconstitute one of the meals. So obviously that is strictly for drinking, not for making the food. And our food is in a very big Ziploc bag. Okay, kudos wise, very nice. Very nice that this just wasn't wrapped up in some plastic, but they do give you something usable. So this is a very nice touch, very thoughtful. And let's see what entrees they serve up for our, how many days was it? What is this? 5 days. 5 days. Don't think, you could probably survive for 5 days. You will not be probably the happiest at the end of the 5 days, but you probably won't die. Southwest beans and rice. And it's 7 ounces. Doesn't say the serving size, but I would just assume these are single servings, so you would eat all the contents at one sitting. So there's that. And another pack that's pretty much the same, 7.2 ounces. This is some creamy vegetable pasta. Then we have some hearty tortilla soup. And this is a 6.4 ounce. So our portion sizes are kind of staying around the same size. All right, now we got some cereal stuff. We got some brown sugar and maple multi-grain cereal, 9.3 ounces. Very nice. Very nice. And we have some whey milk alternative. And this is 7.2 ounces. Last of the food items, and it's apple cinnamon oatmeal, apple cinnamon cereal, and it's in a very generic bag, but it does have printed on here that it is apple cinnamon, so there you go. And it was made on 4/26 of 2019. And actually, I did notice when I was looking at this thing, at this box, it does say it was kitted on 6/3 of 2019. So, components are at least fresh. Now, one thing about the bag, when I got it opened up here, you do have a hanging pocket right here. Now, one thing I do want to say when I open this, there's still a lot of room in the bag, and of course all the pockets that are empty, so you do have a lot of room to supplement with this particular kit, which, looking at it, I kind of have a feeling that you're going to have to do a lot of supplementing. Your gear is in another Ziploc bag. Once again, it's very nice to not just throw them in, because the Ziploc bags can be repurposed, used for other things. So that's at least something. We have probably the cheapest dust mask you can get, but in a pinch, it'll work. So it's something. We have a mess cup, which has no seam, so nice, won't leak. It's very flimsy. I can flex it with my hand, but still, you know, it's cool. It doesn't weigh that much, and hopefully it would do what you need it to do. So, not too shabby. All right, we have a hand pressing flashlight, and I'm going to just take a wild guess here and say that all this good old stuff comes from the land of China. And this is no batteries, so it is a little like a dynamo. It should unlock, charge it up, and it should come on. There we go. All right, little LED light there, and you just crank it to give it a little juice. You got a light. Now, like I said, this is plastic. You can see it. This thing is all plastic. So I would say it probably has an expiration date of use of probably 5 days. So if it made it 5 days, well, at the end of the day, that's what you paid for. That's probably all you're going to get out of it. But then again, if you needed it, that would be good enough. All right, we have a 5-function whistle. I don't know why I'm showing you the box. Let me show you this. This is the good old come back and kick me whistle. Not going to blow it because I am inside my house. But it has a compass on the top. That seems like, yeah, it actually points north. Go on, Fluffy. But yeah, so you got a compass on the top. Open it up. Cool. I don't know if you can see that or not. We have a little reflective device. So we have a signaling device. And we have a gasket. We have a gasket. So you can put stuff in this and seal it up. And it might actually be waterproof, which would be nice. And it does have a cord for you to hang it on. Okay, not too shabby. And no surprise print on the box, made in China. No shocker there. All right. So once again, we have a little first aid kit. This is just a little boo-boo ouchie kit. Just has some Band-Aids, some alcohol pads. Oddly enough, it has some Q-tips. But it's better than nothing. We have some good dollar store napkins, nose tissue. Just a little cheap thing of tissue. All right, we have some waterproof matches with a strike pad, nice big strike pad on both sides of the box. Very nice. Yeah, and these are coated. They are coated. Just little coated, get out of the way there. Just little coated matches. So not too bad. It says there's 40 of them. Take their word for it. All right, we have an instruction sheet for some aqua tabs, which are right here. Uh-oh, and we have some antiseptic cleansing wipes. Well, I guess they went in the first aid kit. And we have a little package here of some water purification tablets, which is obviously how they plan on you getting your water to cook with. There are 2 tablets per package. There's 5 packages, and it says it will do what? 3/4 of a liter. Okay, pretty standard. So they plan on you getting your own water, which is something I'm going to talk about in just a minute. Wow, okay. They give you a nice morale item, pack of cards. So somebody, whoever designed this kit or put it together for Wise, they did actually think about what's going into it. Because if you're the person buying this kit, then you may need these. So it was a nice addition. Now we have some Hexamine fuel tabs, and there are 4 of them in here. Hopefully these are probably the ones that really stink when you burn them. And we have a little, they call it a collapsible camp stove small, which is kind of like a little knockoff of an Esbit stove, but we'll give it a look anyway. Sure enough, there it is. It is a little knockoff of an Esbit stove, but doesn't matter because it will do what you need it to do. There you go. Not too shabby. All right, getting down to the end, we have a rain poncho. Little rain poncho. All right, and then a silver emergency blanket. And it says it reflects almost 100% body heat. Water and wind proofed. Remains elastic below freezing. Boy, this is the blanket that does everything. And that's it. All right. Like I said, you have a lot of room in the bag. All right. Now, if you are the type of person that is going to buy this, you know, you're a beginner, just wanting to have some preparation, what I would suggest you do is put a couple bottles of water. You know, just little bottles of water. It adds a lot of weight to the pack, but it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. Because if you're buying this to stick in your car, stick in a closet, you want to try to minimize how much work you have to do, because if you're going to this bag, that means something's went wrong. Something's went really bad, and the last thing you want to have to do is worry about where am I going to get water from. You have to read these instructions on these tablets. You may worry that you didn't do it correctly, then you got to worry about getting sick, whatever. Needless to say, you're going to be under a lot of stress. Just put a couple, you know, bottles of water in it. I think it's worth the wait for the person that's going to buy this. Like I said, me, myself, and probably a lot of you guys watching this video, you're going to take a look at all these components and you're probably going to give it a good laugh. Now, if you followed along with this, you see one item that, even though this was produced by Wise Company, a company that makes food, mind you, what's missing? You think, just think. What's missing? If you had this, if you went and bought this, and something happened, and you needed to rely on this kit, I find it very funny that they didn't give you this. Shame, shame, shame. But when I thought about it, I said, well, you know, there's a reason why they gave you a pack of playing cards, because you're probably going to need them for how, you know, PO'd you're going to be, that when you mixed up and reconstituted that food, that you have to eat it with your hand. So shame on you, Wise. You make food, you know, a spoon, like an MRE plastic spoon, only a couple cents. You should have put it in there. That's an oversight that's unforgivable. So if you're buying a kit like this, please look at the components. Please read through them. Do your research. And something like this. Now this is a K-bar. This is a K-bar spork. Okay. Now the cool thing about this little guy is when you pull it out, it has a plastic knife in the handle. Doesn't weigh that much, but it's something like this you're going to need. Now on that topic, if you're buying this and you're the novice person getting into being prepared, is this god-awful? No, it's not. But it does need to be supplemented with a couple other things, like the spoon. Now, in my humble opinion, if I was going to give anybody advice, besides putting a couple things of water in it, let's see, stuff like this, chapstick, or Carmex, just these little tubes that you can get at I think you can go like to Target and you can go to like their travel section by the pharmacy, and they actually have all this kind of stuff, and it's very cheap, it's very inexpensive. But this stuff, you just ask anybody who's been outside, who loves to hike or whatever, this stuff is essential, okay? It really is. Also, you can get smaller containers of this, but some kind of bug spray, some kind of insect repellent. Now this, I like this cutter because it has aloe and vitamin E, and plus you can get it in smaller, a smaller container, so it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. This is something that I would definitely add. Now, of course, this all depends on where you live. We are down south, so that's a necessity. Now, something that you can add to this kit that really takes it up a notch is something very simple, and it's this guy. Just a good old multi-tool. This is a Leatherman rebar. This is one that I carry all the time and has tons and tons of blades, tools, things in it, but in a pinch, this kit will be just elevated in the usefulness of it, no matter if it's apocalyptic or if it's just running from a bad storm and you may need a tool for who knows what, but having this little multi-tool in here increases the kit's effectiveness, tenfold. Absolutely. Now, if you wanted to make this kit more practical, one thing I did find over at Target in the travel section was this guy. And this is just a 9-piece travel kit. But it has everything that a guy is going to need. Now, this is for, a guy. It does have, you can just check it out. It has, shaving cream, toothpaste, toothbrush, has body wash, has razor, has shaving cream, deodorant, yeah. And this is meant to be carried on an airplane. But it's not big. You can see it's very thin. It's not that big, and it doesn't weigh that much. So you could very easily put this in this compartment right here in the front. It'll fit, and it makes the kit more practical because, beyond what everybody thinks, not everybody's prepping for the zombie apocalypse. Most people just want to, hey, if I lose power, and I have to evacuate. If you have to evacuate for a storm, So anyway, this was the Wise 5-day survival backpack. My heart goes out to anybody who purchases this backpack and actually gets in a situation where they have to use it. I'll pray for you. But if you're getting into this, it's a good start. Just know that it needs a lot of work. So with that being said, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel for more content, and we'll see you next time.